Alright guys, super pumped today. Got a new fridge. Let's check it out. I did a whole lot of research on this. I looked at different fridges. We've got a bit of a different setup. Other people have got, you know, the fridge slides. They've got fridge freezers. Because we've got the extra kid seat in the back, we've opted with one of the fridge drawers. Did a whole lot of research on it, and we've ended up with the Evakool Platinum 40 litre drawer fridge. So hopefully I'll unbox it, I'll show you how to install it, and then we'll see how we go. But I'm super pumped. So Harrison, you got some scissors, dude? Alright, let's see how we go. I'm so excited. Alright, let's check it out. We'll unbox it all. We'll set it up, and I'll set it up on top of the drawer and see how we go. Well boxed, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. Looks like there's a lot of pieces in there. Of cardboard? Yeah, a lot of pieces of cardboard.
Get this bad boy out. So let's have a quick look. That's our drawer. Alright, I might lift it up and Alright guys, so we've just unboxed it and laid out a couple of parts. It's really simple installation. So from what I can gather, pretty much we've undone the bracket that it just slides into. So there's a couple of little lugs that are mounted to your fridge that slide into the track on either side. The bracket gets secured to your floor or drawer or whatever base you've got, and then from there just slide it in. So I'm just going to mark out the holes. I think it's important to mark out your holes where you're going to screw in, and we'll see how we go. There's only, I think, eight screws. Make sure, I reckon one of the tips is just make sure you've got enough room, obviously, to close your drawer. Probably a good idea to set it out first when you're before you start screwing everything in. So they give you a few screws, just enough to screw it in. So I'll just come up here, make sure we're all square with the drawer. And I think should be all sweet there. Probably should pre-drill these, but we'll see how we go. Alright. This is the part where you get really nervous and you hope it all works.
Yep.
I've left that with a bit of slack, so I might just double check all the measurements properly. I'll slide in the fridge and then I'll go around and I'll tighten all those screws up and I'll put in the other ones. So I might just lift it in, see how we go. Cinch. Like a glove. Alright, let's check it out. Sweet. So just gotta make sure that's pushed back into the lugs. There it goes. It's pushed back into the lugs. Slides are right. Nice work. Job done, Sammy. Alright, how sick is that? That looks mint. Love the I'll give you a full rundown in the fridge in a minute, but how sick does that look with the MSA drawers? It's all matching, bit of blue, bit of black. Looks real tidy. I threw this box on top. So, all right, guys, I'll give you a bit of a rundown of my thinking why we've ended up with the Evakool 40-litre fridge drawer. So we did a fair bit of research when coming into fridges. I was quite happy with one of the stock standard Dometic fridge on the fridge slide outs, but because we've got the extra kit in the back, we wanted the chair up. Then you're also blocking your view out the back window. So having a fridge drawer obviously lowers the height of the fridge and the space in the back. And as you can see in a minute, we still have plenty of room to put some stuff on top, whether it's table or chairs or whatnot. So I was dead keen on the Dometic 65-litre. I wanted a fridge freezer as a prerequisite. Not sure whether we'll use either or, but it's good to have both, looking down the future and future proofing what we want to do. So I was dead keen on one, but then Liv sort of talked me into this one, and looking through the reviews, it's been pretty good. Everyone has positive things to say about it. If you look at all the reviews about all the different fridges out there, we were sort of a bit confused initially. Everyone seems to rave Engel, but then you get other brands, other people say that they had bad experiences. So I imagine, you've got to have the odd bad experience with every brand. So this one really fitted what we were after. So I'll give you a bit of a rundown of the fridge, and I'll tell you how we put it together. I've obviously just put it in, so I'm pretty keen to start using it when we hit the road again. So all right, so this is the Evakool 40-litre platinum fridge drawer. It's got a steel powder coated outer frame, and it's a simple steel bracket to screw into the base, as you've seen before. It's got good solid drawer runners, much better than the previous model, I'm led to believe, which had a few issues. If you have a look in the top, we've got two dividers effectively, and comes with some PVC I guess covers. I don't know if we'll keep them in, but it's a nice little touch if you want to keep stuff like in a crisper or a bit more fresh. You can divide these compartments as you see fit. It's either going to run as a fridge or a freezer. Now I think it goes down to -18 as a freezer and 10 degrees as a fridge, which I reckon is pretty sweet. That will cover, most of your needs. In terms of a display panel, I haven't flicked it on just yet because I've got the car off, but I'll plug the Anderson plug in a second. I'll show you how it all works. It's got a C-cope compressor, and I'll spin around the back and I'll show you how it plugs in and what's around the back. All right, so we spin around the back here, and you can see pretty much you've got your 50 amp Anderson plug, great connector. I've got ours right here, so it's a simple connection, it's a solid connection, it's not going to be a 12 volt socket, which can come loose and not carry the loads as a Anderson plug. It's just got a circuit breaker here, your C-cope 12 volt 240 volt compressors just in there, and you noticed here that on my fridge I've actually put a box around it, but having said that, I think there's ample room for ventilation. So you've got a good vent at the back here. I've got a good gap here on this side with a grill vent on the outside of my box, and I've also got a vent on the other side of my box here. So I'm hoping that'll be enough to get some good circulation around, so it makes it an efficient fridge. If you come down here, you'll also notice that there's a little clear tube here, and basically that connects into your fridge, and at the bottom it acts like a drainage plug. So just tuck that out of the way, and then when you need to drain it, or you get condensation build up, detach that and drain it outside as you need. All right, so if you want to know the measurements, it's about 850 mil long and about 600 wide, and I think it's 3200 tall. So the measurements for us particularly play a pivotal role in why we actually got this fridge. As you can see, it fits on a standard MSA drawer, but it does come over to your wing panel. So access to that is a little bit different, because you can't obviously lift that up now because it's bolted in. You can still pull off the front panel here, or you can duck around the back and get whatever you need to from in there if you're storing stuff in here. We didn't have too much. I think we just had a little shovel and some oil and bits and bobs. So the rest of our kit stays in the drawer, tucked away. All right, guys, I'll just show you inside the fridge. So we've got, it's a bit obviously smaller dimensions on the inside, but just as a gauge, that's your six pack there of cans. It's about 16 centimeters high, so you can only really get that in terms of a 390, what are they? 390 ml Coke. You can just get it in, but then it clips on the inside, so you have to lie all that stuff down. And for the missus, if you've got a bottle of plonk you want to put in there, you're gonna have to lay it down, of course. But you can get over 40 cans in here, so there's ample space. It's really good for a weekender, or as an extra fridge if you're going on day trips with your van. But I think it's about 40 odd centimeters wide and nearly 60 centimeters internal dimensions, and 16 high, as I said. So it's not bad. You'll get ample drinks in here, I reckon. It's obviously not a permanent fridge, but it's good for a weekender. So hopefully, one thing I did just notice, actually, I'm on a bit of a hill here, but it doesn't hold out. That's probably the only thing. It'd be nice if it sort of locked into space, just so you could fill it if you were parked up on an angle. But just keep that in mind when you're filling it. If you're on an angle, you just have to be a bit gentle, otherwise the drawer will run away on you. But oh no, it's such an easy display. On off there, plus minus, set it to -2. I think it goes to -18 and +10, I think. We've just switched it on, so it's obviously got power, it's working. We'll give it some time to cool down, see how we go, and yeah, I'll give you another rundown in a few months to see if I'm still happy with it. But so far so good. I reckon it looks pretty mint to me. All right, cheers.